Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about something that's always been such a fascination and interest to me, and that is the fixed stars. And I don't even know if that might be one of the reasons why I went into Vedic astrology, because you see, the fixed stars are relative to the nakshatras, and Vedic astrology takes into account sidereal astrology, the shift in the movements of the stars. So I always say that Vedic astrology is true to the stars because it takes into account the true movement of where the stars actually are. So therefore, these stars will always give the meaning to the signs that they represent, such as Aldebaran being in Taurus, it is the eye of the bull. It will always stay in Taurus. It cannot shift to a different sign, as the tropical astrologers believe. It will be relative to the stars. The stars are what give the signs and the 27 nakshatras their meanings. And the meanings of the signs equate to the stars, their constellations. So I think you kind of get my point, that this is what I'm going to talk about is going to be the fixed stars today. The fixed stars are what give astrology their essence. It is the stars. What do you say when you're talking about astrology? The stars. Thank your lucky stars. Or the saying, the stars aligned. You know, they're not talking about the planets, essentially. The stars are the background and the makeup and the universe that makes up the horoscope, really. So I want to talk about a few of the fixed stars today that are relative to what's going on in the heavens right now. It is extraordinary and meaningful. So before I begin, I want to remind everyone to sign up for my free newsletter on my website. Go to galacticcenter.org, sign up for my free newsletter, and you will get all of my predictions delivered absolutely free to your email address every week. And while you're at my website, please check out all the offerings I have. I have classes, I have conferences. I have a big conference coming up in Dallas. This will be June 2nd through the 5th. Best names in astrology. Go there. Come meet me in Dallas. I would love to meet you. Plus, I have a magazine, Joni Patry's Astrology Insights. Check that out. Only $9.99. Go to my website, Galactic Center. And I also have the Shooting Stars, where you can come together with a purpose and meaning to change your life, create miracles. And it's weekly. And you will talk to me live, uncensored. None of the censorship that's been going on. So anyway, go to galacticcenter.org. Now let's proceed and talk about the meanings of these stars, because it's profound. All right, so first of all, the stars that I'm looking at are in the sign of Aries, because, and these stars essentially are what give the meaning to the sign of Aries. So what I'm going to be talking about is the fixed star El Sheridan, which sits at 10 degrees of Aries. And remember, I am talking about the sidereal placements. There's actually tropical placements that you will find online. But no, sidereally, it's 10 degrees of Aries. And I find this fascinating because Mercury and Rahu are going to align at 10 degrees of Aries, and that will be extraordinary. As a matter of fact, this happens around April 6th. It's going to be around the full moon when Mercury will align with Rahu, 10 degrees of Aries, right there on the fixed star El Sheridan. And let me tell you what that fixed star means. These stars have meanings, and when I describe these meanings, I want you to realize that these meanings really do apply and describe the sign of Aries. So what is that star known to speak about? Well, this one's really intense because it can deal with, well, this one can deal with impulsive behavior, jumping into things, not thinking before you move. Therefore, it has a lot to do with accidents. Now, what do you think of when you think the sign of Aries? Impulsiveness, action, ready to start. They're actually sometimes called the babies of the zodiac because it's the first and beginning sign. And when you think about a baby, it's going to get what it wants because it cries till it does. So this is very much about what this star can speak of. It speaks of action. It speaks of quick action. Now, I actually have a list of the fixed stars that I use in my book, Rahu in Ketu. So going over here to my fixed stars, El Sheridan is the star that represents danger when acting impulsively. So that's exactly what we're talking about when we're talking about this star. So the fact that Mercury and Rahu will come together on this star represents, because Mercury is communication, so it can mean saying the wrong thing, impulsively speaking out, but also it deals with traveling. And actually, the nakshatra, Ashwini, that this occurs in, is called the star of transport and travels. Ashwini deals with traveling. And so be careful when traveling. Hold back. Don't be impulsive. Slow down. Otherwise, you're prone to danger. And that equates to accidents. So the next stars that I want to talk about that are in Aries is the stars Almach as well as Menkanar. Menkanar, both these stars, I'm bringing them up together because they both sit around the same degree of 20 degrees of Aries. And they're quite different in their meanings. So what does that mean? There's going to be a mixed bag going on with all of this. But I will tell you what I think it equates to, because well, first, El Sheridan is danger and acting impulsively. Then you come to the time when 20 degrees. What is 20 degrees? There's going to be, the planets are going to evolve across Mercury as it transits in the sign of Aries. Yes, it's going to be transiting to 21 degrees around the time it turns retrograde. And Mercury is going to be turning retrograde this month. So look out. Let's see, the retrograde process will actually begin here. Oh, it's so weird because Mercury will turn retrograde at 21 degrees of Aries on April 21st. So it's 21 degrees on the 21st of April. But that's interesting because it's going to be on these two fixed stars, which, let me tell you what they represent, because Almach is actually one that deals with a cheerful, joyful nature, happy, but is actually the star of popularity. People that get a lot of attention, brings benefits to others. But just remember, this is a happy-go-lucky and one that is very, very popular with this star. But Menkar is the star that is associated with disgrace and loss of fortune. It deals with ruin of an individual. And actually, it can deal with celebrities that are extraordinarily popular, but will experience great disgrace. And I can think of quite a few stars that are extremely popular that have this star elevated, dealing with their popularity. And to name one is Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, extremely popular, but he experienced great disgrace through this legal battle that he went through in the past year. But I'm just giving you the idea of somebody that would bring this positive popularity with Disgrace. So in other words, here's what my prediction is going to be. There's going to be people in power, politicians or celebrities that are extremely popular that will experience great disgrace, humiliation, and ruin during the time that Mercury is stationing to go retrograde around the 21st of this month. And also, you're going to find that Jupiter will come across these fixed stars later in the year, but there's going to be this essence of first things moving into action, impulsiveness, and dealing particularly with accidents, dealing with impulsiveness. This will all pretty much be in effect this month because the transiting planets of Mercury and then Jupiter and Sun, all the planets, there's 4 planets that are going to be traveling in the sign of Aries. We have Rahu, we have Sun, we have the eclipse that's going to happen in Aries. As a matter of fact, it's going to be around 5 degrees of Aries, the solar eclipse on the 21st. But all these planets are transiting. We have Sun and Moon around the time of the eclipse, but Sun, Moon, Mercury, Rahu, and Jupiter, all in Aries, the stellium of planets in Aries, activating these important stars. Wait and see if these events that these stars speak of won't be the truth. And just to represent in the sign of Aries and the first part of Aries, the first 13 degrees, 20 minutes, you're going to find that it's Ashwini, which is fast action, and this is where the star particularly sits. 14 degrees of Aries sits in the nakshatra Bharani, which is major breakthroughs. Bharani is a tough nakshatra. It can deal with destruction and pain and breakthroughs and explosions, but it brings a new beginning and a new birth. And that is essentially what the sign Aries contends with, what it's all about. This new beginning, but major events and breakthroughs that bring to us a new beginning, a new start. And watch and see how these stars, which give the nakshatras their meanings, which give the signs their meanings, aren't relative in these times of transition and change. So I will bring you more concerning the fixed stars as we watch our planets in the heavens as they transit over these stars. And we will see that the stars do produce their effects. And many say these stars are totally in their effects of individuals' unconscious, but they will bring an awareness. And actually, these stars in Aries are said to bring about that they make the unconscious conscious. So we're going to have lots of realizations during this month as we have these planets transit over these stars in the beginning, prosperous, new beginnings, revelations, and I want to say breakthroughs, new breakthroughs in the sign of Aries. So with that, I'd like to close. If you would like more information on me, sign up for my free newsletter, my magazine, my conference, my Shooting Stars brand. This is going to be a new awakening period with the Shooting Stars. Sign up for all these things on galacticcenter.org. And if you want to learn Vedic astrology, go to my university website, University of Vedic Astrology.com. Thank you.